now let's give our review of Alien Covenant. We're going to do a non-spoiler and a spoiler edition of Alien Covenant.
Yes, we'll even include that in the description of the show for those people who haven't seen this before and you know, kind of want to know a non-spoiler take on it. So we'll do the best we can, as we usually do, but we usually kick ass at it.
Yeah, we do great. Why are we doubting ourselves?
Yeah,
who knows why? Everybody dies. Shit.
Spoilers.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. No one dies.
It's
no aliens at all in the
amazing.
movie.
Yes. It's Prometheus all over again.
So we'll start off with our Alien Covenant non-spoiler review. I'm going to start off with the visuals of this movie.
Yes.
Are beyond fantastic.
Yes. Good starting point. I completely agree. The visuals, not even just the CGI and some of the stuff you see with the spoilers, the alien, the CGI was phenomenal, but the visuals itself, it was really well done. I like the cinematography a lot.
Oh, yeah. Even the practical to the CGI effects, they kind of were bouncing around in between when certain things were happening in the movie, and I thought it was just a flawless transition.
Yeah.
It looked great.
Yeah.
I thought it was, there's only like one part where it got a little just bland, and you know, they were inside this building, and it just kind of just all looked the same. You had no idea where the fuck you were.
Right.
through the movie, but other than that, it looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing on how well it was done visually.
Yeah, and I thought for it being supposed to be a futuristic type movie, they still they kept it pretty well grounded as far as it wasn't like too overboard like Star Wars feeling. It was still felt like, you know, colonists going and spoilers, I guess.
Well, I think that's all in the trailer.
In the trailer, yeah.
If you've seen the trailer, you've had to
but it's still, you could kind of fit that into really any timeline. It wasn't too far out there where you're stretching the imagination further than an alien existing, I guess.
I think most alien movies in general have kind of done that.
Yeah.
If you think about it, they've always stuck to, like, I don't know, they may have some fancy futuristic-ish looking weapons, but they still shoot bullets in the end.
Yeah.
You know, it's not lasers. There's no fucking swords.
Exactly.
And shit.
Which that's kind of, I guess I was sort of expecting that when I kind of figured out the timeline. Just to throw this out there, I have not seen Prometheus. So if I bring that up at all and you're like, what the fuck is he talking about? That is why I know where this fits in. I did a little bit of research before going to see Alien Covenant and didn't have time to watch Prometheus. I know it was kind of hit or miss for some people. When going into this, I was kind of expecting a little bit more futuristic, and I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but I thought they did a really good job, you know, with the CGI. And like you said, it's a lot of times it's just bullets. So it didn't take you too much, and it still focused on the alien itself rather than like pew, 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 you know, all this like way too futuristic stuff. So I like that.
The characters themselves, though, this is probably a little bit of a negative non-spoiler. The characters themselves are overall kind of forgettable. There's something that happens in the beginning of the movie, and when we get into the spoilers, we'll talk about it. I was just like, what the fuck? So that's how forgettable these characters are, that there's something right in the beginning of the movie that just makes you go like, what?
Okay, yeah.
That was supposed to be somebody? Okay, cool.
I think I would agree that the characters themselves are pretty forgettable. I probably couldn't tell you, other than Tennessee, I couldn't tell you a single name.
Yeah.
But that being said, I thought the actors did a phenomenal job.
Oh, yeah, there wasn't like bad acting.
Yeah, I thought all of them, each scene, you know, as the movie kind of progresses, you can have different connections with each of them, and I thought the acting was phenomenal. It wasn't like cheesy, you know, acting at all where you're like, okay, come on, dude. You know, that's
Michael
everything.
Fassbender, he definitely takes over on this. He's predominantly in this movie in several different ways.
Yeah.
And so he did really well. I thought he got to play roles that were kind of unique to the situation. So,
yeah, absolutely.
So that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, when we get into the non-spoiler talk, that we can go into a little bit more detail, but he did a good job playing the parts that he needed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
just leave it at that.
Yeah. You know, we're trying with this movie. We're trying. But this movie is 10 years after Prometheus. So if you've seen Prometheus, you know, this is the timeline they're following. It's 10 years after Prometheus. I personally really liked Prometheus. I have seen it, unlike the guy next to me. I thought Prometheus was great. I thought it had great questions and we needed answers. And unfortunately, I would kind of say we got some answers in this one and some didn't. So if you're really expecting a Prometheus sequel, you kind of don't necessarily get that.
Yeah, I've read that a lot. That there's a gap that's not really filled in some of the. I even watched a couple reviews on YouTube as well, and that was a common theme. Is that this is supposed to be a sequel, but it kind of is, I guess.
Yeah.
And so
there was a lot of questions from the first one from Prometheus of why these engineers, these creators are, who they are, what they are, and all that stuff like that. We never got obviously any answers to that.
Right.
So, in this one, so that was a little disappointing. So if you're really hoping for a Prometheus sequel, if you did like Prometheus like me, then you're gonna get some answers, but not the ones you want probably. Mm-hmm. Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, but from what I understand, a lot of people who didn't like Prometheus is because they were hoping for more of the alien that we're familiar with. And in this, as you can see in the trailers, that's what you get. We start to see how the evolution of the alien that we know and love today, that we're more familiar with. So
yeah, the Prometheus one didn't have any aliens, and that's what people were bitching about a lot, which I didn't understand that at all. It's supposed to technically be a prequel to Alien, and it is done by the same guy that did the original Alien movie, but doesn't mean that it has to have aliens in it.
Right. They're trying to establish.
They were trying to establish like a some lore and get things moving. Why are these things created?
Right.
Do we necessarily need an answer to that question? Some people would argue no. So Prometheus is pretty useless for them.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I thought it was a great question. But unfortunately, this movie didn't continue off of that. So that's kind of where this movie fell apart for me a little bit. So I think we're going to kind of wrap this up with that.
Yeah,
right there.
I think that we kind of touched on the points we wanted to as far as the positives and some of the negatives.
Yeah. Positives, the CGI, everything, the whole setup of the movie, the look of the movie is fantastic. It is great. Whoever Ridley Scott deals with, for their special effects, I would almost want everybody to do that because I thought it was blended so well.
Yeah.
And especially coming out of Guardians, I just actually did kind of do a small point. I saw Guardians of the Galaxy the night before we saw this with my girlfriend because she wanted to see it. To go from that kind of green screen mess that Guardians of the Galaxy was to this was like... and all the colors and shit that are in Guardians of the Galaxy to this, I was like, I don't know if I'm overhyping it or not, but
it's a breath of fresh air for sure.
Oh, it is. It was so nice, and it was the gore, to see gore, and not just, sparkles happening all the time and shit.
Right. Sparkles. And for those who are curious, the gore wasn't overbearing. There are some movies where the gore is a little bit too much, where you're like, okay, we get it, but I thought... for the situation that they're in, it was done really well.
Well, there wasn't a lot, but when it did happen, it did go down.
It did, yeah, but it wasn't like super overdone, if that makes sense.
Well, they weren't like fucking blowing up and stuff.
Right,
But there was a couple parts where there was, they definitely went through a couple gallons of ketchup or whatever they used.
Dyed water, whatever it is. Yeah,
no, they definitely fucking did that shit. But overall, I would say if you liked Prometheus, you probably gonna like this one. Okay, I don't know if I would say matinee. I'm really going off of matinee or DVD or Blu-ray. I don't know. If you really like Prometheus and you like the aliens in general, and you want to see aliens just do alien shit, then go see it matinee.
Yeah.
If you didn't like Prometheus and you don't like the overuse of aliens so much, if you're like one of those Alien 1 purists that it needs to be a horror tension movie and stuff like that, I would wait until it comes out on DVD.
Yeah. Well, watch it at home
or Blu-ray, whatever the kids. Digital download.
Waka. Whatever the kids do nowadays.
Hang loose.
Waka.
I don't know. I don't know what they do these days. So Pirate. I don't know. Pirate Bay.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Movie 4K.
uTorrent.
Yeah. There you
One
go.
of those. Yeah. However, we
do not condone the use of piracy. It is a victimless crime. Excuse me.
It is not a victimless crime. And Comic Movie Marks has been shut down.